Among your House colleagues in the Massachusetts delegation, you are outraising them by far in campaign contributions. You took in over $460,000 in just the first quarter of the year. I understand you've just gotten into the office, but the reality of the position is you have to continue to stay in the office and run for the office as long as you would elect to do so. So is this a war chest intended to fend off potential 4th District primary rivals in the 2022 election cycle?
Democrats have a narrow majority in the House. It's no secret that we're going to have a tough midterm campaign on our hands to maintain our governing majority in House and Senate. And I want to be a source of strength for the Democratic Party.
And so we mentioned at the top of the show, you had just arrived on Capitol Hill when the January 6th riot took place as a freshman member of Congress. How are you dealing with colleagues from across the aisle, many of whom have supported the lies that sparked the insurrection and frankly continue to support it?
I don't like litmus tests in politics, but insurrection against the U.S. government qualifies. I am sent to Capitol Hill by my constituents to represent their values and to advance their priorities. Now, to advance their priorities on issues like foreign policy and the U.S.-Israel relationship and climate change and jobs and infrastructure, I should and need to work with Republicans. But to represent their values, I will not work with Republicans who do not recognize that Joe Biden was the legitimate winner of a free and fair election.
How do you move forward, though, and try to work across the aisle when really many members of Congress can't seem to agree on that one simple fact?
The question of moving forward is one for Republicans to answer, not Democrats. Democrats are moving forward. We're passing the American Rescue Plan, the American Jobs Plan. We are ending this pandemic and building an economy that is going to work for everybody. The Republicans are the ones who are debating whether or not there are Jewish space lasers that are threatening the United States or a cabal of child molesting pedophiles running the U.S. government. They have to figure out their own house. And if they're able to do so, and they want to then, roll up their sleeves and work with us on how to fund infrastructure or how to combat climate change, absolutely, I welcome them to the table. Just
anecdotally, what was it like to be in the building when that was happening back on January 6th?
It was the low point for American democracy in my lifetime. And to have been in the building on January 3rd, I was there with my dad for my swearing in, and to look at this huge portrait of the framers of the Constitution and reflect on the resilience and the ingenuity and the brilliance of the American experiment, and that I got to participate in it. And then 2 days later to be in that same rotunda and see just a crime scene really was incredibly impactful. It was a dark moment for me and for my colleagues, I know. But we're going to look back on that as the low point, not as the defining point. We certified the election results that night, and we held the president to account for his actions. And then we got to work on the American Rescue Plan and on ending the pandemic.
Congressman, thank you so much for your time. It's great to have you with us on the record.